poppin', y'all? It's your boy D-Mark, aka D-Ron, so back with another video. So, I am finna be doing my late, out-of-date Clash in Paris review. I did watch the show. I did have an emergency that I had to deal with, but right now everything is it's fine. I just did not watch the show here in my home. I was at my parents' house this weekend dealing with something, but everything is already getting sorted out and everything's okay right now. But yeah, man, it sucks that I didn't really do the review this weekend. It really do suck that I didn't really do it, but this review and this video is gonna come out a bit late. So, and this video probably may be posted like later on in the day, probably around like, I probably may post this around like 3 or 4 or something like that, but y'all see the video when I upload it. But yeah, nothing much really changed before Clash in Paris. Everything is still like the same. Roman Reigns, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Seth Rollins. Plus, speaking of Seth Rollins ended up getting a bit of help. Not by Bronson or Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. That's what I'm talking about. There's too many fucking Brons, bro. But he said that Seth said that he refused not to get no help. He didn't need Paul Heyman. He did not need the Braun to get his help by winning the world title, regaining the world title. But there was a special surprise that I will talk about at the end of the video. So I'm gonna get through all the matches, and I'm gonna like and dislike the matches I kind of somewhat like. But before we get into that, if you have not already yet, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on social media, turn on notifications, because I will be posting every single week. So let's get straight into it. So Roman Reigns defeated Braun Breaker, and honestly, I really do feel like, you know, Bronson Reed should have won this match, but I feel like he could have won here. But we all know that Roman was going to beat him. And all of that, nothing much really happened. It's just Roman just beats him. And then after the match happened, Roman got back into the ring, and most likely he goes face to face with Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman does I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. I love you, my tribal chief. And then he gives Roman Reigns' shoes back. And then Roman puts Paul in a guillotine hold and passed out. So after that happened, Roman signs his shoes and throw him into the crowd. And out of nowhere, Braun Breaker just speared Roman through the announce table, and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed started attacking Roman, and then Bronson Reed did 3 tsunamis on Roman, and then Jey Uso came out to help, and you can see the officials and security coming from the back trying to stop all this and everything else. But I thought the ending was definitely open up the show. I thought that was like a great way, but at the same time, it's kind of like the same thing that they've been doing for like the past month in August. It's like they've been doing nothing but attacking Roman for the last couple months or so. It's basically like the same thing. But I did like the end of the match after the match was over. I did like that, but it's still most like the same thing. So yeah, I did like that ending afterwards. I thought that was crazy right there. But yeah, so the next match is the WWE's Tag Team Championship match. The Wyatt Six facing the Street Profits, and the Wyatt Six ended up defeating the Street Profits, which I'm not gonna really say too much about this match. This match was like randomly been put on the card, which I thought this match was decent. This was a good, decent match, I would say. But we all know the Street Profits was going to win, and the Wyatt Six ended up retaining the tag team title. So, good for them. Becky Lynch versus Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Okay, so You know, I didn't really care too much about this, and here's why. Like, I thought the match itself would be good, but at the same time, there wasn't a lot of botches, but there was like a couple of botches that I just kind of just zoned out from. It's like when Nikki Bella started banging Becky's head on the announcer's table. It's like she wasn't not like banging her head on the table. It's like she's like smacking her hands on the announcer's table, and she's not even like banging her head. It's like she's doing this and not like banging her head on the table. Which to me that looks so fake right there. That looks so fake. And one botch spot I'm gonna point out that during this match that Nikki Bella was gonna do a springboard insecurity and Nikki completely misses and did not even look back to see where Becky was gonna hit the move from, but she completely botched the move, and I'm like, okay, I just don't care about this match. Which I already know that Becky was gonna beat Nikki, and she did. She retains the title. I don't really care what Nikki does at this point. I don't even know why she even here. I just don't even care. But Becky ended up retaining the women's intercontinental title, and I don't know who she's gonna face next. I don't know. Probably somebody, Lyra Valkyria, or probably Bailey. I could say. I'll see. But I did not care about this match. So, Rusev versus Sheamus in a good old-fashioned Donnie Brooke match. And Rusev ended up defeating Sheamus. So, here's my problem with this. So, basically, they've been facing each other a couple of times already. The problem is with this stipulation called the good old fashioned Donnie Brooke match is that they did not like explain too much about like how the stipulation of the match was supposed to be. It's basically a street fight, no holds bar, that type of stipulation of the match, which I really wish they could explain more of the stipulation of what it really meant. Because I could probably tell that people did not really know like what was the stipulation that really means. Well, it's basically a no holds bar or a street fight because that's mostly what that was. I will say that the match itself was good. And you know, Sheamus never beat Rusev, but Rusev ended up beating Sheamus by tapping out. So I thought the match itself was all right. It was not the best match, but it was a decent. It was a decent brawl, street fight. Street fight. But overall, this was a decent match. So next, John Cena versus Logan Paul. I thought there was let me tell y'all something. Like it's so crazy to me that John is like during his final run. Like even though I've seen wrestlers change each other's finishers and all that stuff, but this match right here, both Logan Paul and John Cena, they was both like hitting other people's finishers. It's like Logan Paul was hitting Dolph Ziggler's move, the zigzag, and then John hits the end of days of Baron Corbin's finisher, and then I think Logan Paul did the five knuckle shovel, you can't see me, and then Logan was gonna do John's move, the AA known as the FU, but John ended up hitting Logan with the AA, and Logan Paul for the rest of that for the end of not the end, but the match, as soon as John hits Logan with the AA like 3 times on him, Logan just completely kicks out. And I think when John did the 4th time, and I think John hits the AA on Logan the 4th time, and then John just beats him. I'll say that I thought this was a good match. This was a very good match. I was not expecting for these two to hit other people's finishers. And then John hitting the Styles Clash AJ's move. I never thought that John was going to do that until I saw it. But John hitting the Styles Clash. Oh man, that was something I was not expecting. But this was I'm gonna be honest. This was definitely a great, not great, but a very good match. They definitely stole the show in during last weekend. But they definitely had a good match here. So the main event is for the World Heavyweight title in a fatal four-way. Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. Yeah. And Seth ended up defeating all three of them. I already knew that CM Punk was not going to win. I know Jey Uso was not going to win. I know that LA Knight was not going to win. I have like a thought that, what if LA Knight was going to beat Seth Rollins and actually win the world title? Which that wasn't going to happen. Which Seth was going to retain the title. But the ending of this match here, when CM Punk hit the GTS go to sleep, and then Seth lay on Punk's shoulders and he was about to hit the GTS the second time, and somebody in all black mask, black hoodie, and black pants, as soon as they took the mask off with red hair, well, not red hair, but orange hair plus brown hair, I knew that was Becky Lynch. As soon as she took her mask off, I was not surprised. Because who else that Seth Rollins is going to add besides his wife, Becky, which those two have been married. So, and then Seth hit the curse on Punk, and then he retains the title. And I do want to talk about this too. After the match, there has been a lot of teases of AJ Lee most likely going to be having a possibility return in WrestlePalooza this month. And they are most likely, if she does come, it's been about like 2 years since she last wrestled, back in 2015. And I think what this is going to set up for is CM Punk and AJ facing Seth and Becky. Because this is most likely what's going to happen in WrestlePalooza this month. So the rumors have been going out that she probably may return on WrestlePalooza. I did hear something that she probably may return on SmackDown on tomorrow night in Chicago. So I don't know what's going to happen, but if she does come, which of course she's going to get a big part of the night. Of course she will. Because it's been so long that the last time she was on WWE TV, it's like, now I can't even remember when the last time she was on TV. I don't know if it was like a match or a segment, but I can't remember. But this is most likely going to be setting up a mixed tag match. If they do make that official, which I will not even have a problem if they do that. So it hasn't been confirmed yet, but if AJ Lee will make her return on SmackDown tomorrow night in Chicago, or they probably may save it for WrestlePalooza. So yeah, man, that's all I got to say there. But this pay-per-view show, I will just give it. This was just a decent show. I'll just give this a 6 out of 10. It's just for the Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella match I just didn't really care about. But everything else was decent and good, except for John Cena and Logan Paul. I thought that was really a good match that they show out on last weekend. So, yeah, man. I'm definitely going to be posting more videos this weekend. So make sure y'all tune in. And yeah, that is it for my Clash in Paris 2025 review. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about Clash in Paris this weekend. Did y'all watch? What was y'all favorite matches that y'all loved, that you liked, that you did not like? Make sure you leave it in the comments. Follow me on social media down below. I'll be back with another video. Peace.
This is my moment to shine. This is my time of flight. I've been grinding forever just for this very night. I've been pushing for many moments like this. This time is undervalued and no one ever could.